As a new skin distributor, your success is dependent on the success of those within your organization. In other words, your ability to help them reach their goals and build teams of their own. Yes, you must determine your dream, set goals, believe in yourself, and take action. But you must also become a true leader who helps others fulfill their visions of success. When you unselfishly give to others, rewards will come back to you. These rewards are called boomerang blessings. When you recognize the power of this concept, your success can be nothing short of phenomenal.
This whole business has been designed to help you succeed only by helping other people succeed. That's how you succeed. And so I believe everybody's mindset every single morning should be, how can I find one more person to help today? And some days you're helping them with the products. Some days you're helping them with the opportunity. Sometimes you're just being a charitable person, helping feed a person in Africa who would die otherwise. But if you go find one person to help every single day, then magic happens to you in your life. I think that's just an eternal principle. You serve others, and that's how goodness comes back to you.
A couple of years ago, I was on a business trip in Atlanta and just happened to turn the TV on as I was getting dressed in the morning and was listening to CNN, and two stories came up. One of them was of a softball game. It was Little League, and the pitch comes in and hits him in the chest. The boy collapses to the ground and isn't breathing. Well, there happens to be a registered nurse sitting in the stand who runs out of the stand, runs around the shortstop, or the backstop, out on the field, and applied CPR and revived this boy and saved his life. So, a wonderful human interest story that ends. The next story they told was there was a restaurant, and somebody gagged on something in the restaurant and couldn't breathe. And there was pandemonium as everybody's trying to figure out what to do, and they didn't know, and word got to the back. Suddenly, a guy runs out of the kitchen and comes back and applies the Heimlich maneuver and gets her air passage cleared and saves her life. Then they reveal that the woman who had gagged on the steak or whatever it was the nurse from the first story that had run out onto the field, and the guy that had come out of the kitchen was the Little League player, who now had grown up, but who had determined that he was going to learn CPR. He'd become a paramedic because he had experienced firsthand how important it is to have those skills. And just coincidence threw them together later on. So what that nurse didn't know is that when she was running out on the field, she was running to save her own life 10 years down the road. And that seems to be a parable of the existence of mankind. We all end up touching other people who go about their individual orbits and at some point in time come back in contact with us. And the good that we do, casting your bread upon the waters, comes back to bless your own life.
Building a successful new skin business is similar to climbing a difficult mountain as part of a team. Each climber has a responsibility to help the person beneath him reach the next level.
The thing that kept us going is that we had a good partnership, and neither of us quit on the same day. There were days when we would come into the office and the product had fallen through the ceiling and we couldn't send it out because it was all damaged. And what do? That's a challenge, and we could have quit. We could have just said, this isn't going to happen. But on that same day, I walked up to Blake and goes, oh, looks like we need to move offices. So rather than taking that as a negative, it was sort of a step in a positive direction. So having that balance, and distributors have that as well, because they have uplines, they have sidelines, they have downlines, they have meetings where they see people meeting challenges. They hear of someone, oh, wait a minute, that's happened to me. And yet they're succeeding and they've overcome those things. So that's going to be possible for me. I've basically done every job at Nu Skin, because in the beginning it was just Blake and myself in the office. and we were Houdinis at overcoming challenges. But if we hadn't had that partnership, if we hadn't had a support system, now that Nu Skin is 26 years old, that support system is so much more developed with customer support, with uplines, with trainings. So we should use those resources to create our confidence, to create our belief, and to overcome the challenges. Because once you see somebody else has had the same problem or obstacle, you could say, all right, well, they got over it, we can too.
When our people are out recruiting people to come into the business and buy and use and sell our products, one of the motivators that they have and that I have is that by doing that, we know that we are saving starving children, we are giving hope to people born with genetic diseases, EB in particular, that would otherwise be hopeless. And that fulfillment that comes from helping and serving other people is maybe the greatest motivator that any of us can have to do the difficult things that we need to do to succeed in business. Every person has a fundamental need and desire to be of service to other people. That's where self-worth comes from. Not from how much stuff you have, but how much good you're doing for other people around you.